regularly. Private parties where attendees sign, say it with me, Poundcake.
Non-disclosure agreements.
Non-disclosure agreements.
So you're telling me that they do work. If it's good enough for a billionaire, it's good enough for the common man.
Yeah, it's working great. There's a big story in the Wall Street Journal about it.
But I've always said NDA is just like a seatbelt. Like it doesn't.
Well, why do it at all?
It's not foolproof. Why wear a seatbelt at all then?
A lot of people don't.
But it's still the law.
That's why they had to make. Yeah, that's why they had to make it a law. NDAs aren't the law. I mean, it's
Well, just like that's with anything. Nothing is foolproof. But I would rather have it than not. A seatbelt.
But what's the point
if
the point if anybody can anonymously break it and go blab to the Wall Street Journal?
Not everyone anonymously. Think about how many people don't break it. One person out of thousands of people that have been in your house. That's pretty good odds.
You don't know what the ratio is. But if I had everybody on this show sign a non-disclosure agreement.
I'm not signing anything until I read it, and I don't read good.
Bill's not a paperwork guy. This isn't New York. I would let him e-sign.
Thank you.
You have to be in the room and sign the paper. If I had you sign a non-disclosure, I mean, it just comes down to if somebody wants to go to court over it. And if you don't know who said
Elon
it.
Musk, you do, because you got 1 million lawyers and money's nothing to you.
But you don't know who broke their NDA.
But you do. Sometimes
you don't. That's why all these people speak on a condition of anonymity.
I understand that, but sometimes you don't know what's in the NDA, and it might be something specific to you. If I tell you information, and I might add something else in there so I know it's you.
But he's not having drug parties and he's not tailoring each of the NDAs to somebody's personality characteristics.
How do you know that?
Oh, this was Voltan. I made him sign the NDA talking about this beard.
Yeah, how do you know that though?
Because there's nothing in this that suggests that.
Is his NDA printed?
I'm sorry?
Is his NDA printed?
The fact that the article is in the Wall Street Journal means, follow me here, that at least a half a dozen people, if they signed an NDA, broke it.
I guarantee.
And he doesn't know who did.
Well, there's hundreds more that didn't break it, so.
So what does that mean?
So I'm saying.
You can keep going to the mat to try to make sense of this. I'm just saying that a lot of people who worked with him and ostensibly signed non-disclosure agreements. We're talking to the Wall Street Journal.
Well,
and he says they're all full of crap.
Most of corporate America uses them, so if there was no use for them, no one would use them. So sometimes people
I don't know what you mean. Well, depending on what area of expertise you're working in.
If you're giving out trade secrets, if you're going to the competition or whatever, then
I mean, there are clauses. There are clauses like, for instance, there are clauses in my contract that essentially talk about intellectual property and things like that. But there's no NDA I had to sign to work for this company.
Is it a breach of your non-disclosure agreement to talk about the non-disclosure agreement if you signed a non-disclosure agreement?
Well,
I think it is.
I just say that you have one.
But there might be a clause in there saying that you cannot mention this non-disclosure agreement, and that's why people are always they're like, oh, there's something's up with Vivica. Ever since she went to that rich man's house, she don't never want to talk to us no more.
Yeah, but there's no.
She can't say I signed a non-disclosure
But I don't think a company
agreement.
cares if you mention an NDA. They just don't want you talking about what you signed it for. There are plenty of people who will use that as an excuse to not talk. They'll be like, I'm sorry, Gesundheit. I'm sorry, I have an NDA, whatever. But anyway, he said that it's all made up. They haven't even found trace quantities of drugs or alcohol in his body.
No, I don't believe
So all those people must be lying.
Because Azalea Banks, she must have signed an NDA or broke hers because she said she was wandering around his house. You know who Azalea Banks is?
Yes, she's constantly begging for people to pay attention to her. That's why she's always talking about stuff. I'm like, just make more music.
She said she was trying to have a threesome with him and was it Grimes? She said she was there to have a threesome with Elon Musk and Grimes, and he left her in his big ass house and she didn't know how to get out. She was stuck. She was like, I don't even know Elon Musk's number. She's like, I got lost in his mansion, and she was just wandering around. Now that's flex. Like, we were in the wink the whole time. We were waiting for you to show up. I was in your big ass house. I didn't know where to go.
Well, whatever. I got money. How about that? That sounds good. You don't have to sign anything. Well, you probably do have to sign something if you win. Something saying you won. And then we'll get to the celebrity goss here. Hot celebrity goss. It's $1,000 from the Buzzard bookie. I hope you win. Good luck.
This is your chance to bet with the Buzzard bookie and win $1,000 now. Enter this nationwide keyword at WMMS.com. Bills. That's Bills. Enter it now at WMMS.com.
celebrity gossip with Perez, Bilton. Ooh.
What's up, my little glizzy goss gobblers? I got some hot goss for you today. Let's start things off. Kanye and his wife, Bianca Santori, were in Vegas celebrating her 29th birthday. And there's video of Bianca walking around in a very skimpy bikini top. Alan, if you would like to show that.
Hold on. Let me, once we get past the advertisement here.
The advertisements. How TMZ pays the bills.
Anywho.
Anyway, it's a good, she's spilling out of this thing. It's real small, small.
I'll be very excited to show it to you in a second.
So, vamping here. How many advertisements are they showing?
One. They're all like, we can't run anything here if we have ad blockers on these. So here we go. Here we go.
Boom. Some tiggle bitties out in the city.
Some slops there. There's slow-mo for people who want to still pay attention. That guy definitely has a type. Okay, there you go.
According to inside sources, and those sources being my eyes that are inside my head, Bianca's got bona fide sloppers. Real, grade A, 100% real sloppers.
Oh, yeah. Faux shiz. What is the point of a top like that? It does nothing.
To just legally keep yourself covered. That's all.
Yeah. Keeping the nipples from being out there. Jessica Alba has opened up about going to therapy in order to be a better parent. In an interview with RealSimple.com, Alba revealed constant fighting with her daughter that was weighing on her, so she started going to therapy with her daughter, and it's helped them communicate and get along better. And according to inside sources, there are some celebrities that also could have benefited from going to therapy with their parents, namely Michael Jackson, Angelina Jolie, and of course, Marvin Gaye.
Oh, yeah. Faux shiz.
Oh, no.
Mary, you know why that's funny?
I don't.
I don't either.
Marvin Gaye was killed by his dad.
Oh. Haha.
Let's get it on.
It was the last 45 he ever heard.
Right. All right. Pink and husband Carrie? Is it Carrie Hart?
Carrie Hart.
Carrie
yeah,
Hart.
Right? Yeah.
They just celebrated their 18th wedding anniversary, and the singer said candidly that her and her husband almost didn't make it to this anniversary. They were on the verge of splitting last year, and in other years they've announced divorces and got reconciled and gotten back together. So they've had quite a few bumps along the way. But according to inside sources, Corey Hart is very thankful for the 2 decades in the pink and not in the stink.
This is Hot Celebrity Gossip with Perez, Bilton. Ooh.
It is Carrie Hart, right? He's the BMX guy, not the sunglasses at night guy.
He's motocross.
Yeah. Because Corey Hart was the I wear my sunglasses.
Yeah.
But that guy would be way too old for pink. Yeah, aren't those two always announcing that they're splitting up?
They've done it a few times, but they've never actually gone all the way through with it. They got a couple kids.
Yeah,
they're making it work.
They've separated several times, but never officially.
Well, the Bonet Momoa Accords have fallen through. Those two finally said we're calling it quits.
Didn't they just get married like last year?
No, they were doing
they've been together for a while.
They were doing the thing where they were splitting up and then getting back together and splitting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's got like a dozen years on him, so I think he was probably like, let's just cut bait, because he's Aquaman.
Mm-hmm. He was Aquaman. That's over.
Oh, he's done being Aquaman?
I don't think he's going to be part of the new...
That movie's not even out yet.
No, it's out.
It's out?
Yeah.
Is anybody going to see it?
That came out in...
Over Christmas?
Yeah, like the week after we went off air. So I think it came out the 22nd.
Okay.
Yeah, and nobody saw it. It probably, I don't know what it grows, but the only thing that people are really seeing in the theater right now is Wonka.
Well, it cost $215 million, and it has made $337 million. So I don't think that constitutes a hit.
Yeah.
Wow. Huh. Well, anyway, yeah, we were watching. I guess I didn't realize it had been out yet because there was a commercial for it, and my daughter couldn't care less about, like, I'm trying to get her into something that we can watch, like Star Wars or Marvel or even DC. I'll even stoop that low. And there was a commercial for Aquaman. She's like, do you watch those? Do you like those? I go, I don't really care about Aquaman. I'm like, if you want to go see it, if you want to go see it, we'll go see it because that would be fun. But like, I just don't care about
Wonka.
Well, I asked her about that too.
And she's like, nah.
Yeah.
Lisa Bonet has a great.
Yes.
I was gonna say a penis catalog because she has had
penis catalog.
I was gonna change to something else, but I can't say the other one on air. But Jason Momoa and Lenny Kravitz. Like, Mary, which one would you rather? You can only bang one. Jason Momoa. Yeah.
I like that body type better.
I like Lenny Kravitz's body better.
I don't think Lisa Bonet has a great ass, right? Like she's kind of, maybe now but I think maybe that's more a function of being a little bit older. Because otherwise she's like super skinny.
But you can have a tight little, cute little butt. It doesn't always have to be the big old bubble butt that everybody's got.
Well, that's the good stuff.
Cute little tiny one.
That's the good stuff. Well, anyway, they have said that they've been together for 18 years. I think they've only been married for 6 or 7. But they were kind of going back and forth too. And they're done. But they don't, yeah, they do have kids. They have a couple kids, right? Little kids. Yeah.
I think their kids are, because he's got
like
some
11
kids that
and
are
12.
like 11. Yeah, like they're kind of older.
But I mean, Zoe Kravitz she's marrying Channing Tatum, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what's up? Lenny Kravitz going to be his. Imagine you marry, your father-in-law is as cut as you are. Like, you've got to keep up with your father-in-law because he's just lifting.
25 years
Yeah,
older
he's just laying around lifting melons on Trinidad or whatever. And
what a life.
Recording music when he wants to. And you're Channing Tatum. You know, you keep yourself in great shape, but you just happen to fall in love with a girl whose dad is in amazing shape. You know, it's not like he married Kevin James's daughter or something. I don't even know if Kevin James has a daughter. But you're like, oh, I'm marrying Zoe Kravitz. And now you have to keep up with your father-in-law. I guess maybe the hard edges are shaved off by marrying Zoe Kravitz. She's pretty cute.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I'm going to take a break here. If you're trying to get another $1,000, you'll have to wait until 5:30. But about 30 past every hour, you'll have a chance to do that. 35192, want to send a text. If you're listening on the iHeartRadio app, you can leave us messages there, and we'll be back.
Buzzard Radio.
The Buzzard.
Is Rover.
Into your underpants? Oh, my God.
Rock. Money.
Ugly like me.
And Alan Cox.
I tried to listen to you, and I just can't do it. I do appreciate your persistence.
Your FM home of the Cavaliers.
This is Cavaliers big Tristan Thompson.